Yeah. I think Cedric is the top target. He's fucked over a few people in here. I don't think he has the numbers. And then Mackenzie's the second.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex, and I just want to say, y'all, we made it. We made it. If you are not new to the channel, then you're probably aware that I was on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we hit that number yesterday. Y'all don't even understand how excited, grateful, speechless I am. It's not even funny. Before I started recapping Big Brother this season, y'all, I had 550 subscribers. It's insane to me how I don't know. I'm speechless. I am literally so speechless. I am literally so grateful for every single one of you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you that hits subscribe, that comments on the videos. Some of y'all are literally in every single video. I see you. I appreciate you. I cannot believe the channel is here. You know, obviously 1,000 subscribers also means monetization. I mean, I know I'm not gonna be rolling in it or anything, but it's still really such a great milestone to make on this channel. And 6 months, literally pretty much 6 months to the day. I started this channel on February 15th. I went back and looked. I started on February 15th, and today's August 12th. So it's almost 6 months exactly to the day that I made it to 1,000, over 1,000. Because I'm gonna put a screenshot on the screen. Y'all have already ran it up. I'm so grateful. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much to every single one of you that has supported this channel and will continue to hopefully support this channel. Of course, we're doing Big Brother for the rest of the season. I am planning to do the Challenge 40 that starts on Wednesday. And we're also going to do Survivor. That's starting next month. And then even in the off season, I do recap other shows that I find enjoyable. So hopefully you guys will stick around even after Big Brother is over. But oh my gosh, okay, I'm so excited. Now, if you are new here, I would love it if you guys would help me to continue to reach more goals on this channel, continue to help the channel grow by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. It really helps the videos to get out there. It inspires me to keep creating. It lets me know that you guys like this content. And I'm just so grateful for y'all. I can't even believe it. Now, let's get into Big Brother, okay? I thought yesterday was going to be a chill Sunday, okay? I was like, it's Sunday, they're just laying around. But Tucker had other plans. Tucker had some other plans last night, or yesterday, let's say, last night and yesterday, and it wasn't as chill of a Sunday as I thought it was going to be. So let's start. We're on day 27. So in the morning, Tucker and Cedric end up having a conversation. At this point, Cedric actually proposed Tucker, tried to propose working with Cedric, and Cedric ran and told this whole conversation to Quinn, who was like, look, don't give him an answer, don't give him a straight answer about working together right now. Tucker really wanted Cedric's help to get Quinn out, to team up, get Quinn out, beat him out in the AI arena at some point, and just throw him out of this game. And he also proposes that he is indeed not gonna use the veto on himself because he wants to play in the arena. The whole theme of yesterday was that Tucker was not going to use the veto on himself. He was going to keep himself on the block because he wanted to play out against Cedric. So Quinn, again, as I told you guys, is made aware of all of this. And Quinn also talks to Rubina because remember, Rubina did not know that let me say Rubina had an inclination that she was going to be the renom, but it was never confirmed to her by Quinn. And if you remember, Rubina, Tikor, Tikor and Chemo, you know how they kind of all have conversations, but they say they're going to do things and they don't. Rubina at one point was going to go talk to Quinn. It never happened. So Quinn does end up telling Rubina, look, if Tucker pulls himself off the block, she is going to have to unfortunately go up. She's not the target, but at this point, she is the only option.
What you mean?
I'm the Reno.
Did Quinn tell? Is that what Quinn said?
I mean,
in that conversation, Rubina does ask, look, can you maybe put up a bigger competitor than me and things like that? And Quinn said, there's really no other option. If you're working with Tucker, I'm going to have to put you up. So Rubina, Chemo, Tikor, and Brooklyn, they have a conversation and they are talking about how they want to win, or Rubina is talking about how she's definitely going to win the AI arena and take herself off.
I just have to do what I have to do. He's talking to Tucker now.
I don't think he's talked to Tucker yet.
No, he hasn't.
Tucker just went in the shower.
Oh, he was going to talk to Tucker.
Yeah.
What was his reason?
Huh?
What was his reason?
My proximity to Tucker.
Another key facet of yesterday was Rubina hyping herself up, okay? Rubina said that spicy Rubina gonna come out, she gonna win, all of this different stuff. And you know what? I was waiting for her. I was waiting for that feisty Rubina to come out instead of the Rubina who hides behind Tikor and cries the whole game. No offense, but she's been doing a lot of like hiding behind Tikor. Tikor has to comfort her for 5-10 hours. And it's like, Rubina, get your head in the game. Realize you need to distance yourself from the showmans. So she says it's time to prove herself, you know, and her two best case scenarios are either she takes herself off or Cedric wins, so she's up against MJ. Again, Rubina seems to have this idea that if it was she and MJ, she has it in the bag. Realistically, I don't actually know how true that is. I don't think that's true. I think it will be very close. I think it's even possible that Rubina would get out because at the end of the day, Tikor and Chemo, who are two very important numbers, they have said time and time again, they're going to vote with the House. They are willing and open to vote out Rubina if that means staying with the House majority. So Cedric ends up joining this conversation and Rubina and Cedric hug and they're just comforting each other saying like, look, we got this, you know, it's nothing against you, I just want to win. So Rubina does have a camera talk after this, and she's
not leaving. If Taylor can survive the block, I can survive the block. Ooh, week 4. 4 is my lucky number.
And she is once again hyping herself up. She says, look, if Taylor can do it, I can do it. Sassy Rubina is about to come out. And honestly, I am going to need people to stop comparing themselves to the Taylor, okay? The Taylor. I'm just going to need people to stop saying that because I feel like a few people have said that already. And it's like, well, I don't know, Rubina, that your situation and Taylor's situation are the same. That's all I have to say on that. So Quinn and Chemo, they're also talking.
Maybe that'll push him to not using it. But either way, make my bed kind of thing, you know, so yeah. It is what it is. Well, it sucks because, you know.
And Quinn said, look, I just wanted to be transparent at the end of the day about what I'm going to do, which is putting up Rubina. I was hoping that by telling Tucker this, that he would not use the veto. So this was Quinn's idea, okay? I hope y'all are following me. So this was Quinn's idea that he was going to put out there that he's going to put up Rubina in hopes that this would encourage Tucker to not use the veto and put himself up, leave himself up because he would be too worried about Rubina. I don't know where this came from because yes, Tucker has done convoluted things before, but I don't know. I feel like once it happened, is it going to happen twice? I don't know. Now, Chemo and Tucker have a pretty long conversation.
That's what it is. I'm not going to last long in here with everyone after me. I'd rather finish what I started with Cedric at that point.
There's an idea.
And Chemo basically runs up and relays what Quinn had said, which is, look, he just wanted to be transparent about who he's going to put up, That's all he wants to do. Tucker is debating at this point whether or not to use the veto on MJ, which is crazy. The talk has always been to use the veto on MJ, and it's like, even if he was to use the veto on MJ, that would still mean that Rubina would go up. So I don't know. If I was Rubina, I'd be starting to realize, like, if I thought this man was my showman and he was going to protect me, that is not the case, because he has made it evidently clear. And even throughout the night, he made it very clear, I am not protecting Rubina. Like, I got her, but I don't got her like that, okay? You know, so, again, he's like, I got her, but I don't got her like that. And he makes that very, very clear. So at this point, Tucker wants to beat out Cedric because, again, he keeps referring back to how when he won the AI arena, no one was cheering, everyone's reactions were different. He always kind of like hones in on Cam in that conversation, where Cam especially had a different demeanor than last time. And it's like, I don't know, Tucker, like, you win every competition, like, I don't know. And of course, people aren't going to be as enthusiastic, but he says, I'm literally at this point considering having MJ picking a number like 1 through 3, and if she gets the right number, I'll take her off. So at this point of the night, Tucker is like more so leaning towards not using it. And of course, the thing to keep in mind is we don't know that Tucker is telling any of these people the truth. You know, there is obviously the speculation that he's lying to everyone and he's just trying to see where the information goes. And Quinn does mention this and bring this up as well. So this is what Tucker says, but it's like very hard to tell with Tucker. I think he's overall just a pretty erratic player. And because he's so erratic, it's like, we don't know if he's scheming or if he's genuinely just changing his mind. But at this point of the day, he was leaning towards taking MJ off so he could play against Cedric. Okay. Now, Angela and Tikor do join this conversation with Tucker and Chemo. And Chemo tells Tucker, like, look, Quinn really wants to talk to you.
I don't need to talk to him.
Yeah, he's looking to be transparent with you.
I don't give a fuck. I don't need to talk to him. Stay and believe the kid's word.
Right now, and he goes, I don't give a S. Like, I don't care. You know, Tucker talks a lot about Quinn, like, to other people, talk about how he's a snake, he's this, he's that. But when he's in Quinn's face, he doesn't say any of that. You know, now, I don't know. It could be production intervention telling them, hey, no more fights, y'all. No more fights. We don't have to cut the feeds. But I'm just also wondering if Tucker's kind of like, you know, like, you got all that big talk in the HOH, but then you talk to Quinn and you barely say 2 words. But Angela is pleading with Tucker at this point, saying, please do not, please don't freak out on him. Please don't do this. It is not best for your game. Please don't blow your game up. Like, Angela is literally like, you have me worried sick. Like, I'm literally holding my breath, and Tucker's like, okay, I'm not gonna, like, fight with him. I'm not gonna yell at him. I'm not gonna, you know, none of that. So, Cedric and Quinn are also having a conversation. Now,
Yeah, because you gotta...
Tucker will be pissed.
Yeah.
But if it's the wall, man, he's pretty athletic, he's pretty skinny, but
Don't have them bouldering hands.
yeah. All my calluses have healed. It's been that long since.
Cedric is like, or Quinn is like, look, like, I'm gonna try to make this into a thing when I talk to Tucker, because the whole day, Quinn and Tucker were both like mapping out how they were going to talk with each other. They were both mapping out what they were going to say. They were both talking with other people about how they're going to talk to each other. Both calling each other good competitors. Both saying that they're strong at the game. These two are just so stubborn and so hard-headed, because if they linked up, they'd probably be pretty strong, but they both don't like the other one, and they told it to everybody. So Quinn says, as I said, that he's going to try to make it into a thing. When he talks with Tucker, he's going to be like, look, I know you like being in the AI arena, like, I know you like that, so I feel like it's best for you to maybe protect Rubina, you know, because at the end of the day, if you come off, I have to put her. He says he's not trying to dangle Rubina over his head, and overall, he's just going to see what happens next week after this conversation. Cedric says, look, whether he chooses to risk himself or risk Rubina, you know, it's his choice, it's his game. Now, Brooklyn and Quinn are talking about how Rubina asked to put up other competitors. You know, when Quinn talked to her, Rubina had asked him, like, hey, can you put up other competitors, other stronger competitors that are, you know, that might have a better chance of, like, winning things? Like, why is it me? And, you know, Quinn was like, I really can't because, like, again, you know, I need to disarm Tucker, basically. But he does tell Brooklyn as well how he's planning to meet with Tucker. As I said, he went around the house telling everybody how he was going to meet up with Tucker. I was waiting, I was watching, and I was like, can you guys hurry up and meet? So Tucker and Quinn finally meet. It is a very anticlimactic conversation, for the record. But he does.
It looks like a spaceship, and then we're holding on the outside like Tom and Jerry style.
That's what I was thinking.
That's like,
It's going to be on a spaceship.
yeah.
Which it seems like it might be this coming week.
So
Just
what
based on when they know.
of these weeks it's got to be over?
It's got to be this one or next.
Does make him aware of what is going on, where his headspace is at. Again, lets him know, like, you know, look, like, you know, I may have to put up Rubina. You know, like, I know you're a competitor. I know you want to fight. So, you know, a lot was said. Well, a lot wasn't said, if you know what I'm saying. It was a lot of like, I know you're a competitor. I know you're a strong man. Then they spend the most of this conversation speculating on what the competition may be. You know, overall, Tucker says, look, fuck it. Like, F it. Sorry. You know, if nobody in the house likes me, I might as well play some games. And he does say that a lot throughout the day as well. He says it to Angela, he says it to different people, like, look, none of these people like me. I've already made an enemy out of them. They all want me out anyway, so might as well play the game. And like I said, he talks a lot about how he wants to, quote unquote, finish the game, or finish the job, excuse me, with Cedric. Finish what he started. You know, last week everything happened, so he wants to finish what he started, win against him, and call it a day. So again, in this conversation, he implies to Quinn that he's not using the veto. Quinn is ecstatic. Quinn, again, runs around, opens that big mouth, tells multiple people. The first person he tells is Cedric. He literally goes directly to Cedric and says, look, Tucker told me he wants to finish what he started with you in the AI arena. It seems like he's not going to use the veto. Just putting that out there. But he does bring up the point, you know, at least Quinn had a little bit of awareness. He does bring up the point that it is a possibility that he may be lying about not using the veto. So, again, this information was traveling around the house, but it's like people were weary. They were like, is he really using it? Like, we don't know. So Quinn does have a camera talk.
We didn't do that, but I did warn Rubina first, so that can be misconstrued as Quinn's move. It's week 4.
He says, look, I cannot come up with this, like, give myself credit for this plan to basically, like, threaten him with Rubina. That was Brooklyn's plan. He respects, like, his game moves. He doesn't think it's a good game move, per se, to keep himself on the block and fight. But he understands why Tucker would do this, thinks he's a strong competitor. Same stuff he always says about Tucker. Tucker and Rubina have a chat in the kitchen. And in this chat, it's important to know that Brooklyn was also standing right there.
And if I didn't, then I get to fucking cuddle Ziggy. So. If you want to say that, man, I'm fine with fucking not using it. Literally. If you're nervous, think about it, you gotta dance.
They're like in the kitchen cooking. There's a few people in there, but Brooklyn is literally right here. Like, these two are in the back, and then Brooklyn is right in front of them. So I was like, okay. So basically Tucker is saying, look, like, I don't have to use the veto if you don't want me to. Like, if you don't want me to, like, save myself, I can stay up and protect you and keep you safe. Just give me the word. Let me know what you want to happen. You know, if you're nervous, if you feel like it's, you know, it might not work out, if you're on the block, just let me know. I won't use the veto. And Rubina's like, you can tell, like, obviously she doesn't want to be like, save me, don't save yourself. Like, obviously not. But he's like, you know, give me an answer in the morning. You don't have to give me an answer now. But that's just that. But Brooklyn, of course, overheard all of this because she was standing right there. So Quinn and Joseph have a talk.
Because it's buying me more time. I'm moving around the house, doing whatever. But then, I talked to Tucker, and I'm like, hey, this is gonna be real quick. I thought you're the only Big Brother player
once again spills the beans on everything that happened earlier with Tucker, everything that was said. Overall, he is really, really happy because, you know, he's not using the veto because he wants to finish the job with Cedric. And Joseph, at least, again, 1 point for Joseph. He had some awareness where he said, look, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. Like, I cannot be in a room scene talking with you one-on-one. Tucker's already on to us. Like, I really got to leave, but oh my God, that's great. He says, though, you know, Quinn does say, look, it's possible, though, that he's just testing me to see where the information goes, so don't tell anybody. It's like, Quinn, why are you telling everybody? So Rubina and T-Core have a conversation. She is just basically filling in T-Core about how Tucker said, look, I won't use the veto if you don't want, you know, if she doesn't want him to, let's say that. And you know, Rubina and T-Core, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, a lot of their conversations are full of nothing. So, you know, for me, I'll listen to them here and there, but if there's anybody else on any other camera, I usually turn to that at this point because it's like, these two, they talk a lot about things they should do, but they don't ever execute them. And for me, it's a lot. It's too much. So Tucker and Angela have a very long conversation.
Mackenzie would probably vote me out, but maybe not because Brooklyn said tonight that last week Mackenzie was the only one. Mackenzie was going around saying that I should be kept. And also hearing that from Brooklyn means she wasn't saying.
Tucker comes out the gate denying the showmance with Rubina, says she's cool, they have similar personalities, I got her, but we've never kissed, and like, I would not get into a showmance with her, like, I just would not do this in that house. And I'm just like, I don't care about that. And he's like, I understand, but that's a rumor that's going around, and obviously it's put a target on both of our backs. Now, Angela does say she never knew about the Rubina showmance with Tucker until last night when Rubina told her, which is true. If you remember, they had a conversation and Angela had no idea and Rubina spilled the beans. Rubina was spilling the beans about this showmance to multiple people in the house who maybe were not as aware. At this point, Tucker says all the guys want him out, and if he wins HOH next week, if it's the competition he thinks it is, which everybody's predicting that they think it's going to be the slip and slide competition. So if it's that competition, he is putting up Quinn, Cam, and Leah. He says that he wants to put Quinn up because he's been in love with Leah this entire time, and he even said week 1 that he would throw his game out for her. That's another thing that's going around the house that Quinn said, but I think from Tucker. I think Tucker started that Quinn said he would throw his game out for Leah week 1, which, ciao. Now, at the end of the day, they would both rather it be Cedric up and Cedric going home than MJ. Tucker claims that the house is split at this point, 5-5, and there will be a tiebreaker. And he claims that people at the end of the day will want to get out an athletic competitor. Now, he does confirm to Angela that he is going to use the veto on himself.
Kimo told me that Quinn wanted to have a chat with me. It's like when we were in here, and then did you?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah, and so then when I walked outside and I'm chilling with Cam, Quinn walks up. He's like,
because he knows that the house may flip on him. And he says, look, Quinn was taking jabs at me, doing all of this, and was really bummed overall that he was exploiting his game. He was really bummed that Tucker was exploiting Quinn's, game. So they talk about that, but it is pretty much confirmed at this point of the night when Tucker has this conversation with Angela that he is using the veto. And he also did confirm it, I believe, to Rubina as well. It is basically confirmed to multiple people now that he is going to use the veto. So remember, he wasn't earlier in the day, now he is. Once again, I just want y'all to see how erratic of a person Tucker actually is, okay? Now, Tucker and Rubina have a talk. He tells her about his talk with Angela.
I mean, there's a possibility, but I understand. So it's
I just confirmed with her that she would vote whoever I wanted her to vote for. Which she would vote for Cedric, she would vote for Mackenzie.
But how do you know what she would really do?
About everything they discussed up there. Now, he says, look, you have to go up. he has to use the veto. Like, I have to use the veto because the house will flip on me. So he does break the news to Rubina. Rubina says, look, like, I understood. I knew it was a possibility, but like, you know, it still sucks. But he does reassure her once again that the house is split 5-5 and Angela is the tiebreaker. And see, this is the interesting thing because I don't know that. We don't know that. Nobody knows that. He's under the assumption that Angela will be the tiebreaker because she's the original HOH, but we obviously don't know that because of Quinn's deepfake, he could possibly be the tiebreaker. So it's not really clear. He also breaks off the showmance. He says, look, like, we can have whatever we have, you know, if it's something that's cool, but at the end of the day, we really need to focus on the game. You know, having this puts a target on our back, and he basically shuts down the showmance. And I think that, honestly, like, knowing Rubina and knowing Rubina's game, I feel like that's gonna hurt Rubina more than even being on the block. And that's kind of the big conversations where we end off. But as you always know, we have a few things of note that happened throughout the day. So, the first thing is T-Core and Chemo's gameplay. Bad. Their gameplay this week was very, very bad. T-Core and Chemo had a very strong opportunity to use the information that they have about Leah. They know how Leah feels about Quinn. They know the things that Leah's been saying about Quinn. They had an opportunity to bring that information to Quinn about how Leah doesn't trust him and all of this different stuff to get Leah on the block. And the thing that's irritating and frustrating is that T-Core and Chemo, they really wanted up Leah instead of MJ or even Rubina. Like, they could save somebody that's an ally, maybe not an ally, like, I don't know if MJ's their ally, but like, they could have saved somebody by bringing up that information, and instead they chose to stand on it, and now Rubina is likely going on the block. Tucker is literally making his choice at the flip of a hat. As I said, he went back and forth yesterday about whether he was using it, whether he was not. And I genuinely think Tucker is going to make his decision in the moment. Obviously, we have the renom ceremony today, so we will see. T-Core and Rubina's relationship, like, they have a cute friendship, but Rubina, to me, has definitely been displaying behavior that is very kind of sad and childish. I feel like T-Core is constantly having to sit in rooms with Rubina and comfort her and break things down to her and motivate her. And I understand where she's coming from, but it's like, girl, you're not even on the block. I feel like T-Core is having to kind of like play the game for Rubina. We don't see Rubina campaigning. We don't see Rubina trying. And I also feel like it's hurting T-Core's game to just be sitting in rooms with people all day. I'm going to be honest, I kind of feel the same way about Chemo. And I like Chemo. I like Chemo a lot. But I feel like T-Core constantly has to like sit in rooms alone with the two of them rather than being out and mingling with the rest. And honestly, Chemo and Rubina, same thing. I don't really feel like you ever really see them out there mingling with other people. And so I don't know, especially when it came to Rubina, I just feel like Rubina is the better option, in my opinion, to go home. I think for T-Core's game, I think for a lot of people's game, I think Rubina is that best option because she is, in my opinion, kind of bringing her down a little bit. Tucker does also let MJ know that Rubina is going to be the replacement nominee because MJ was not aware of that. Rubina tells T-Core and Chemo he is using the veto on himself. She like fills them in on that info. And lastly, the 5 points have a meeting. I'm going to be honest, not much came out. T-Core basically said nothing. Rubina said a lot of stuff. But the best, like the thing that you could really take out of this is that Rubina is just not aware of what's going on in the game. As I said, if I have to take a pick this week, I want Rubina to go home. Personally, I just feel like her head's not in the game. I feel like she's not really benefiting anyone's game. And I just feel like she's not motivated to try and to play. And I just don't see the purpose. So that's who I want to go home personally. Anyway, if you made it to this point of the video, I know you liked the video, so I would love it if you could support the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Help me to drum up engagement on the videos. It helps the videos to get out further and connect with more of you guys. I literally love connecting with y'all on Big Brother and any other shows that I love here. So again, thank you guys so much for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. And like I said, 1,000 and beyond, we gonna keep the channel growing. I'm so grateful for you guys. You guys are amazing. And it has literally just made like my whole month, like that you guys helped me get here. I could not have done it without you guys. This channel is all a thing because of y'all. So all the credit to you guys, you know? I'm just a Big Brother obsessed nerd girl who's like talking to a camera, but you guys really have made the channel grow to where it's at. So anyways, please make sure to hit subscribe, turn on the bell so that way you know when my recaps drop. I try to do them every day, okay? So make sure you turn on that bell and make sure you're still subscribed because some people have been getting unsubscribed lately. YouTube's on that weird stuff again. They do it to me too. Anyways, thank you guys so much and I'll talk to you in my next recap. Bye!